Yeah, you can add it.
So when a breakup happens, women grieve, but they heal. And men, they often spiral. The thing is that men don't just feel lonelier, they are lonelier. They're less likely to reach out for emotional support, less likely to open up to friends, and way more likely to suffer in silence. And that's why you see so many men jumping into relationships they know aren't good for them, because it's not just about love, it's about survival. And loneliness is brutal, and they'll do anything to escape it. If you're a man and your girlfriend is the only person you emotionally rely upon, that's a problem. If your entire support system disappears the moment your relationship ends, that's a problem. Women are not your therapists, and relationships are not replacements for friendships. And if you don't start investing in real, meaningful connections outside of your love life, you'll find yourself stuck in a cycle of isolation, bad decisions, and relationships that feel more lifeless than love. Men, do better for yourselves. Build support systems, build friendships, open up, have real conversations. Because waiting until you're alone to realize you're lonely, that's a pain no relationship can fix. Men are struggling more than ever now. There is a
You wrapped it up in a nutshell. Men,
Yeah.
men do better. You know what I mean? Do better. Be more intentional. Do the work.
Okay, all right, but like you see, yo, you say
I
shit,
don't know, bro. I
yo,
don't know about that.
Like, come on, bro.
She ended it off kind of wild, man. I don't know.
Because the thing is, that sounds very woman-like, right?
I don't think any man is
like
into his woman
men,
that much.
if it happens for a man, it happens organically.
Let me ask you a question, man. Let me ask you a question. Do you think a man and a woman getting into a relationship, a woman would prefer him not spending as much time with his friends?
For sure.
Absolutely.
That's where the trap is.
For sure.
That right there is where the trap is. Pleasing that woman, losing yourself within pleasing that woman is where your trap lies.
There's a fine line there, though.
Go ahead.
Because the fine line is like, all right, how your woman 9 times out of 10 is supposed to make you better, right? So her giving you like, maybe you shouldn't, or maybe I don't think she's gonna say don't hang with that person, but or maybe you shouldn't be doing that, right? Like you and your homeboys, let's go to the bar, let's drink. I'll drive home. I get a DW. You know, your woman, now you were single, you do that all the time.
Yeah, no question.
Your lady says, maybe not do that or whatever.
Idea.
That's not the best idea.
Where it should be, you know what? Maybe she could take an Uber.
Yeah, but if John is the one that always wants you to go to the bar and he puts you at risk to, not saying don't hang with John, but like how about not going to the bar, right? Not going to the bar, right? So now the way you guys connect is kind of shut off indirectly, right? But you know, you're not drinking so much, that makes you better, right?
Yeah, I guess. Well, it makes you less social, but I guess it makes you.
You could still be social without drinking.
Well, then you're not there.
All
right.
You're
not going to the bar, then you're not there, and then you're not drinking. It's like what came first, the chicken or the egg? It's like if you're not there, then you're not drinking.
Well, you could.
Drinking.
If you and John are really, really friends, right, and you have a deep connection, y'all don't have to drink. Y'all could do something else. But
so maybe you could send her home and invite John to the crib then.
Yeah, you could do that also.
Right? But God forbid that happens.
But John doesn't have a vagina. So it's like
you got to set your boundaries. I think men have a hard time setting boundaries in the beginning of the relationships. And women, I feel like naturally do it. Women can pour into a relationship and just be all into it. And it's natural. When a man kind of does
it's easier for a woman,
strange. I guess so.
Like, because if a man if a man does something like that, he's overbearing and he's overbearing.
Mm-hmm.
If a woman does it, she's trying to kind of make you better.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I've witnessed that with my father, right?
Mm-hmm.
When he started, you know, my pops, he has a past and he dealt with a lot of riffraff. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the people that he, you know, in the past had a lot of riffraff going on.
Mm-hmm.
But those are quote unquote supposed to be his friends, right? You know, so then all of a sudden,
you know, you were 80s babe. You talking about riffraff?
Yeah. So when he gets with this new lady, it's like, oh, maybe you shouldn't be dealing with the riffraff, right?
Yeah.
Which is a good thing to say. a good thing to do.
So does he have friends that are not riffraff?
He got a lot more riffraff friends than not.
He didn't do a good job picking friends.
Yeah.
So that's on him.
So now it's like
square friends.
Now his friend group, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I said. Like, I feel like he has a lot of associates, but his homies is like, I'm moving away from that. You know what I mean? So I'm doing something different.
Yeah.
And those are people that actually we're talking about people that have friends or have relationships. We take it for granted how easy we've built relationships with the people that we have because we had them for so long and we have so many friends to kind of like sift through.
Do we take it for granted? We don't take it for granted.
No, we don't
work at it.
Right.
We work at it. We're at our kids' birthday party. We're 2 weekends in a row. We're at birthday parties with our kids.
No,
our kids' friends.
For sure.
We work at it. We show up and we show up to people's things and we're there for them and we talk to them. And even if we're not interested in what they're talking about in the group chat, we respond to it and we call them to check up on them individually. And we talk to our friends. We work on our friends. We fertilize and we water the soil that produces the friendship.
All right. What about the person? Now, from the beginning of it, you have to nurture it after, like, but it sprouted out of the ground,
Yeah.
You didn't have to work on it at that point. You understand what I'm saying? Especially as kids can, you know what I mean? And you build on it.
You did have to work on it because when you're out working on this kind of job, pouring yourself this, or this one is going to college and this one is doing this, and this one moves like to another borough. What's the common denominator and bring it back? And honestly, there wasn't social media, which I kind of wanted to get to. I feel like social media is something that's hurting friendships now because of the false presumption that seeing somebody's pictures and maybe liking the pictures and maybe a comment is kind of keeping up with a friend. Like a lot of people don't do that work of calling and seeing what's going on and checking on how their parents are doing and doing that work and how your kid is doing in school and what's going on. And, they don't have those conversations. They just kind of see it in pictures and double tap for the like, and they kind of think what's going on. And really, when they look back at everything, it's kind of hollow.
It depends on the person.
Right.
Some people feel like, all right, that's enough. Like we interact on social media. That's fine.
Until you're trying to have a birthday party or a barbecue and you kind of can't get anybody to show up.
It happens.